Hey, what's up, guys? This is AJ, and we are discussing Yojna issues, social media issue of May 2013. Okay, so what is our practice? I am going to dictate you some points. You are going to make notes out of those points, and you are going to revise those points. As simple as it is. Uh, One more thing I would like to repeat that we need to read all Yojna by yourself. All means some special issues. Okay, find out the list from internet which Yojna you should read. Definitely read. Okay, so then at least read the preface of those Yojnas. Don't read the gist of Yojnas given by this Insight, IS Baba, or any other site. Okay, so don't read it. Why? Because see, we need to read preface is not covered under the gist. We need to see the diagrams and flow charts, and that is also not covered in the gist. As well as we need to see the writing styles of the different types of authors. So different kinds of authors are there. They have different style of writing, and to understand this style we need to read those articles by ourselves. Okay, so why I am making this Yojna? You might say that, okay, if you are asking us to read this Yojna by yourself, then why you are I am dictating these points. See, uh, I am just stating whatever I am stating is may be possible by you or not, may not be possible by you. Okay, so you might not get enough time to read all the Yojnas. So what I am doing is that whatever I have notes, the notes I have prepared, out of those notes, whatever the important points are there, I am going to dictate those points. Okay, it will be like additional material for you. A value addition will be there. Okay, so for that purpose I am dictating these points. Okay, so we will continue our social media from our previous video, like whatever wherever we stopped at previous point we will start from there in this video. Okay, so what is that? First point is social media means different things for different people. Again, I would like to tell you the meaning they derive from this word social media is not the meaning that usually we derive. What we derive, social media, whatever comes into our mind when we hear the word social media is Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, such kind of social media sites. But the meaning they derived from this word social media in this Yojna magazine is social media means whatever is happening on over internet. Okay, so this is the different point, like this is the meaning they derived from social media. And you need to understand, whenever they say social media, then they are, you know, imagining the broader meaning of a social media term, that is all the things that are happening over the internet. That's why they say that social media means different things for different people. Means what? Like if you are a student, what you will do on social media, you will find the educational videos, like you are watching this video. Why? Because you are in this UPSC process, so you are finding the relevant material for your study over the internet. So if there is an adult person is there, okay, so what he will do, he will find the entertaining videos. He will go and watch T series channel or Sony music channel. Okay, why? Because he is searching the media to consume for entertainment purpose. Okay, then what will happen, if there is if your grandmother is accessing this internet or YouTube, what she will do is that she will search Ramdev Baba's video or any other Astha channel videos. Okay, so as well as and this is just example I am giving. What they want to say you is that, business people have different, they are looking social media as a platform to boost their business, as well as a platform to do e-commercing over internet. Okay, the student is looking considering this platform as a way to learn things. Okay, so this is the meaning, broader meaning they derive from this word, that social media has different meanings from different people, different sort of people. Okay, so whenever we need to make a policy over social media, so we need to see all these aspects, like so is it the new policy that we are making is affecting the business people, or is it affecting to the students, or is it affecting to the adult person who is consuming media over internet. Okay, so that is the thing that they want to sensitive make us sensitive towards these types of things. That's why they use this statement. Again, bots means what? What bots means using your device uh, for other purposes without without your consent. Okay, so uh, what exactly bots are there, what kinds of attacks are happening over a cyber like network. So for that purpose you should watch all videos on YouTube. There are very good quality videos are there. Okay, so find out different kinds of attack, find out different kinds of things are which are currently happening. Okay, so recently there was a ransomware. Okay, so ransomware attack were used to happen. The so many ATM cards got blocked due to the hacking done by the hackers on SBI ATMs. Okay, so 3 lakh ATMs were cancelled. Okay, ATM card, debit cards were cancelled in a recent time. So you need to be very familiar with these kinds of things. Okay, why? Because UPSC directly or indirectly ask you these questions. If you go to the interview, they will ask such questions like what kinds of different attacks are there over internet, or in your GS2 or GS3. Yeah, GS2, they can ask you questions over this. Okay, so this is the point I'm making, that you need to be familiar with the various kinds of attacks, what types of attacks are there. So for that purpose, again, they have mentioned the bots attack are there. So for that purpose I will give you one additional information that is not in this Yojna, that CERT means what? Computer Emergency Response Team. That is India cyber, it looks India cyber security. So they have created one software. If you visit their website, then you can download that software to your on your device, and you can scan whether your device is affected by the, or is it used as a bot for any kind of attack. Okay, so it is called as a botware. So this botware is freely available, that you should be familiar with, because they might ask you in interview that is India doing something for that. Then at that time it will be very good for you to say these points like India is, the CERT is produced one, botware is there, but what about the total security? Like they are not providing the total security. There is only private products are there, na? Like K7 antivirus is there, Quick Heal antivirus is there, but is there any government's antivirus? No, there is no government's antivirus over internet. Why not? Then these kinds of questions you can raise. Okay, next is data mining. Data mining means what? Again, I will encourage you to watch if other videos on YouTube, because if I am not able to explain each and everything, because I have I have some constraints, like uh, I know these things by myself, but sometimes I fails to tell you or describe you to in proper manner. So as well as I don't have audio visuals, I don't use any graphs or any images, so that's why you might not understand this completely. For that purposes, there are so many videos on YouTube. I will encourage you to watch those videos. So data mining means what? I will explain in a brief, that like you must have been using this Ola app, or as well as the Uber app on your mobile. What happens? This app takes permission when, at the time of installation. They takes your permission that you will grant them access to your mobile for the GPS location, for the accessing the GPS location, as well as accessing your mobile SMSs, as well as accessing your Wi-Fi. So this kind of permission you gave them to them. Okay, what happens then? Whenever you move, you might think that you are not using this Ola app. Okay, but at the same time it runs in a background. It collects your information, where you go, okay, at what time you go, where, what kinds of things you whether you visit any hotel, whether you visit any hospital. Okay, whether you know use different kinds of products over internet. Okay, so this kind of information they collect in the background from you. Okay, and they send this information to their server. What happens at the server? There are so many algorithm means softwares. Okay, so these softwares finds the important information that is relevant to the Ola company. Okay, so because we are giving them so much information, okay, it is not necessary for them to know everything about you, but it is necessary for them to know whether you travel a lot or don't travel a lot, or what kinds of location you visit frequently, Okay, so do they have any services there? Okay, so do they need to, if there is no branch of there, or if they don't provide any taxi service over that area, do they need to provide this taxi service in the area, in that particular area, whether they will get monetary benefits? So these kind of things they derive through their software or algorithm, and this is nothing but data mining. What happens? Data mining means what? There is huge amount of data that a user sends to them, and out of those data they find what is relevant for their business purposes. Okay, so this is nothing but a data mining. So this kind of data mining happen over internet. So this again, what happens, this is a threat to your security. Okay, this is threat, this threat to your personal liberty. Recently the Supreme Court accepted that personal, right to privacy is a fundamental right. Okay, so now what, there are so many questions, like should the companies allowed to be do data mining, or are they, at the end what company says that data mining is for the benefit of the end user, because we gave them a good service. Okay, it helps us to know about customer more, so that we will give them better service. Okay, that is their logic. But customer states that they are collecting my personal information. So there is a conflict between personal, a customer and a service providing company. So what to do now? So there are so many issues included in this. That is not the point of our discussion, so we will move on. Next is journalism. Okay, so this is again one point that you don't usually come up with by your own. See, journalism means what used to happen is that journalists were supposed to be a politically neutral. So just like a bureaucrat, he is supposed to be a politically neutral. Journalists are also supposed to be politically neutral. He should not put his own thought while at the time of describing a news. Okay, so that is what we expect. This is journalist ethics that we expect from them. But what is happening, if you see on social media or over Twitter, you will find out that there is a fight going on between Rajdeep Sardesai and Arnab Goswami. Why? Because there is a fight going on. I am not going to detect what is the problem, but see, Arnab Goswami supports a different kind of ideology, and Rajdeep Sardesai also supports different kind of ideology. So there is battle going on of these two journalists over internet, over social media. So whether this kind of battle is harmful to us or it is useful to us, that is the debate. Okay. So this article raises this issue, like journalists are supporting different kind of ideologies. They are openly supporting this kind of ideologies over the social media. They say there that my opinion or personal channel is not associated with these types of ideologies that I support, but it is hard to believe. Okay, so that is the conflict happening over internet. This is social media has given them platform. They are using this platform to promote their own ideologies. So this is the thing. What happens at the end user? End user doesn't get a proper good news. Why? Because again this news get distorted due to the political or the ideological support by these kinds of journalists. What is expected is to that journalists should give news as it is to the reader, but that is not happening due to interference by the social media. Okay, so next question is again journalism on social media. So this is two are different things. Journalism on social media means what happening, that clickbait. You must have seen clickbait. Okay, what is clickbait? Clickbait means putting some attractive titles and attracting more and more number of users or the readers over that particular site. So for that I will give one example. If you go and see the YouTube trending list, you will find out that so many videos that are not scientifically true, but they put those title in their videos, as well as they put some graphical things on their thumbnail, that people get attracted towards them. That like one example is that if you keep elaichi in your home, there will be rain of the money in your home. The rain will be so much that you will not be able to handle that. So imagine this title in Hindi, and you will find a trending video on YouTube. That is not scientifically true, but they give these kind of things just to attract more and more number of viewers, and as many of if the viewers number increases, what happens? They get more money, obviously na. That's why they are doing this kind of things over internet. What happens is that you get more money, and the videos that I make, they don't get that many views because they are scientific. So jokes apart, so this is happening over internet. People are using some news, propagating fake news. Okay, so there this fake news issue was very big in uh, 2016 election of American president. Okay, so this is again, journalism is changing over social media, due to social media. Okay, next point is troll. Troll means what? They like Rana Ayub is there. Rana Ayub is a leftist ideological supporter journalist. Okay, so what she do? Anything she posts, people troll her. I'm not stating that she is right or wrong. What I am stating is that trolling is wrong. Okay, trolling is wrong. Obviously, trolling is wrong. So we should not troll a person just because he or she is supporting some particular ideology that differs with your own ideology. You should not troll her or him. But this is not happening. This like people troll people. The people troll each other. Rana Ayub also trolls people. That is again another issue. But predominantly she gets trolled. Okay, so that's why I am stating this example. Next is, again, there are some good example like Arab Spring was happened. Arab Spring, this is the, this started from Tunisia. So what is Arab Spring? Again, I will encourage you to watch video on YouTube. And then Anna Hazare movement happened in 2011. We all know that many people supported Anna Hazare issue because they felt connection with it, as well as they got the news from social media. Social media supported this movement, so it was a huge impact on way people called it as a second revolution. Okay, so these kind of things happen due to these are some positive examples of social media. Okay, next is again political debate on social media. I will give one example that you must have been here watched so many Hollywood movies. In Hollywood movies, what happens is that most of the time there is a president of United States, and they always say that he's just not just only the president of the United States, but also a president of a world. Okay, so he is a global leader. That is the argument they very often give. So what happens is that what is happening today? See, Donald Trump has a Twitter account. Okay, so on Twitter, he posts something else. Anything that he posts gets trolled by J.K. Rowling. So where is J.K. Rowling? She is a citizen of a United Kingdom. Okay, but she is trolling whom? This president of United States. So many people support him, as well as many people support her. So there is a political pressure on him before taking any decision, not only from United States but also from the global. Entire world is putting political pressure on him. Many people like from India are against him. Salman Khan openly supported Hillary Clinton. Okay, so what is happening? The politicians, local politicians, are becoming global politicians due to use of social media. Okay, so this point I again explained in a previous video also. This is the same point, but different with different example. Okay, so next point is let me see. Social media is why social media is dominating all the medias. Why? Because see, social media gives you choice of media content. What kind of things that you want to watch, this choice is easily available on social media. Next is variety of choices. See, again, choices are very various. Like if you want to watch good quality educational video, or you want to watch any movie, okay, so this is easily available. You can choose. Next is more interactive. Again, you can comment over a YouTube video, you can dislike a particular Facebook post. Okay, so these kind of things, interactive media, like interactive medium is social media. Okay, so this is not easily available. Like this is, we cannot do this on TV or radio. Okay, so this is something new. Okay, so what is happening? Again, one more point is previously marginalized sections are coming out, like gay, lesbians, supporter of cannabis. Okay, so these people are coming out. They are putting their thoughts over social media. It is evil because social media protects some kind of a little bit of anonymity. Okay, so it gives some without publishing their original name, they can put their thoughts over social media. That is not happen on in other media. Okay, so that is the thing. Again, mm, okay, social media, they have compared social media with information highway. Okay, so they have given this name to social media. It is not a social media, it is the highway of information. Okay, next is so just like there are thieves on a scamsters on a regular highway, there are scamsters and thieves on a information highway, that is social media. Next is it is a proxy world. Obviously it is proxy world, it is not a real world, it is a virtual world, so we should not be that much bothered. That is the argument given by this author. Next is uh, many people lack the true understanding of social media. Then we should realize the business potential of social media. Then it gives it gives a platform for the individual's growth. So this is nothing but uh, again there is a quote that I will dictate you, is that unless you take control of social media, you just risk social media taking control of you. Okay, so this statement is self-explanatory. Next is it is a virtual world. People are still getting obsessed with the virtual world. Okay, so if you post something over internet and if you get dislikes as well as negative comments, then you get like tension in a real world, you get frustrated in a real world. Why? Because of the connection that you think that this virtual world is real, whatever is happening over that is real. You think that uh, so that is what happening, is that a virtual world is affecting your real world. Okay, because you give so much importance to it. That is why the quote was explained earlier. That next is it is affecting our physical health. Obviously people are getting obese, people who are like students who are playing so many video games or sitting in a one chair for throughout a day. So they are getting obese, that they are getting bigger fat, and they are losing their health, physical health. Next is peer pressure. Again, if there is a dislikes as well as there are so many likes, then also you get a pressure. If there are dislikes, then also you get a pressure. Next is uh, there is a royal couple case study, that Kate Middleton and the prince, what is his name, I don't know, the Prince Charles or something, Prince of United Kingdom, and the wife of his, like she's what is her name, Kate Middleton. Okay, so they were enjoying a holiday in some beach, on some beach, and the photographer of paparazzi clicked some nude photos of that Kate Middleton. So and he published those photos over internet. So what is the issue? That people are enjoying their holidays, they are enjoying their personal space, but there is an encroachment of personal space on by social media. There, because there are so many, customers are there, viewers are there. That's why the paparazzi do these kinds of things, that they click photos, inappropriate photos, not only of Kate Middleton, but there are so many people, celebrities get clicked by the social media, like paparazzi. Okay, so that is the point. They next is use of personal data, that we discussed earlier, that data mining is there. Next is, so Messi Maya was a 22-year-old YouTuber. Okay, so what he used to do is that he used to ridicule people. So you must have seen that so many prank channels are on YouTube. So they do these kinds of pranks over internet. Okay, so over streets, and they publish those videos on the internet. So Messi Maya was also the same, but at the time he was doing some prank. Some guy shot him. Okay, he got ridiculed and he got frustrated, and he just shot that Messi Maya. So he died in that incident. So again, this is a negative impact of social media. Next is um, so there is again one, see, mythological story. I will give you one example how to introduce a particular topic. So you must have been known about this story of Dronacharya and Eklavya. So Dronacharya refused to teach Eklavya. Okay, so what he did at that time, he just created one statue of that Dronacharya, and learned some arrow skills from his, that statue. So when at that time when Dronacharya got to know about this, then he asked him to pay the fees. Okay, so at the time, so he asked him to pay the fees. He need to cut his thumb and give it to the Dronacharya, and he happily that Eklavya happily did the same and gave his thumb on his thumb to Dronacharya at that time. Okay, but what will happen in today's case? Will what will today's Eklavya will do? Will he learn from Dronacharya, or will he find a new teacher over internet? Because obviously, because internet is giving him chance. Okay, so if he is not getting a Dronacharya, he will find some other better guru, because internet is giving him a chance. As well as he does not need to create one statue or learn something from him. He can, like, video interactive sessions are there. Okay, so from this he can learn by himself sitting in his home. As well as it is very cheap, or classes over internets are cheaper than the physical classes. Okay, so that is the point that they are making, that social media is how immensely helping the students. So it is like barriers of traditional format of education are getting destroyed due to social media. These were like traditional forms of educational systems are getting destroyed. People are learning over internet. They are not even visiting any teacher, sitting at his home. They are not taking coaching over there. So this is like, these were barriers earlier, and they are getting destroyed due to social media. uh, Next is see, so there is one story they have given, like, uh, internet improves our cognitive ability to skim and scan, but diminishes our intellectual capacity to concentrate. That is a statement by Nicholas Carr. Who is Nicholas Carr? He is an American author. Okay, so he states that, just you use internet, you must have been reading so many PDFs over internet. So what happens, this PDF encourages you or increases your cognitive ability, as well as it increases your ability to skim and scan, but it diminishes your intellectual capacity to concentrate. Okay, overuse of social media loses your concentration power. Okay, next is Ellen Langer is a guy. So what he stated is that natural state of mind is variety. Means what? Naturally, what we thrive or what we seek is a variety. We need a variety kind, various types of different types of medium. Okay, to media to consume. Okay. So that is naturally inside us, and this natural tendency of us is getting boosted due to social media. Why? Because we discussed this point earlier, that social media gives you variety of choices. Okay, so that's why we immediately connects or feel connection between social media and us. Next is uh, but it is hurting character development. Okay, it is not giving you inner maturity, it is not making you self aware. Okay, so that is the argument against the psychological arguments against the social media. Okay, so remember this also. Okay, so what again, uh, again there is a statement like, schools are not for collecting dots, they are for connecting dots. I will encourage you one thing, that if you get free, or if you get any depressed anytime, then watch the video of Steve Jobs, connecting dots. Okay, so this is a very important video, you should watch it. So they have given this statement like, schools are not for collecting dots, they are for connecting dots. Means what? Like, if imagine a school, is there is a school, and in that school what happens is that uh, there are so many, like, a lion is learning in that school, as well as giraffe is also learning in that school. And what happens usually in our school, there is a same curriculum for all the students. Okay, so what happens, imagine in that school that giraffe is also learning how to eat grass, as well as lion is also learning how to eat grass. But naturally what happens, lion cannot digest the grass, giraffe also cannot digest that much of the grass, but he is able to, at least he is vegetarian, so he will able to, like, eat some of the grass, but not all of the grass. But at the same time, lion will not be able to even eat a little bit of grass. So what is happening, uh, his natural tendencies are not used while learning. What is the natural tendency of lion? He is very perfect, or he is naturally made to do hunting, or he naturally able to kill other animals. He is a meat eater. So these are his tendencies. These are not nurtured inside a school. uh, as well as grass is very low, so giraffe will hurt his neck while eating the grass. What he should eat, he should eat from the trees which are very tall in size. Okay, so he should be able to learn these things, whereas what he is learning is eating a grass, how to eat a grass. As well as lion should learn these kind of things, but what he is learning is how to eat a grass. So today's schools also, what happens is that different students are better in different things, but their natural capabilities are not used. Like, some might have a good quality of voice, so are we teaching them musics? We are not teaching them music. Some are very physically healthy, so are we using them in sports or any other activities? We are not using them in any sports or anything else. So this is a problem in our educational system, and for that purpose we can use, to better this situation, we can use social media, immensely use social media. What happens, we can identify, we need to empower the teachers. Okay, so to empowering teacher, we can take like a use of social media. How to do that, again, this is a very big topic. I am not be able to explain you in that in a much better way, but just understand the concept that social media can be used to betterment of this kind of situation. That is, every student should be given the things that or nurture, we should nurture the inner capabilities of all the students. Okay, so there should be different curriculum for different kinds of students. Okay, but that is not the case in India. At least in India, that is not the case. So, next is uh, again the people are questioning the we discussed earlier that social media has immense power to improve the situation of students in India, or education system in India. But at the same time, the author is asking the question that whether it is, again, she that author has doubts that whether this is a true statement or not. Whether that we discussed earlier, that it decreases your concentration power, as well as it doesn't make you self aware. Okay, it doesn't increase your like what was the question, inner maturity. Okay, that was the keyword. It is not increasing these kind of things. So these are the problems with social media. So we should be careful while using social media. There should not be extensive use of a social media for improvement of a social, like students, or as well as education, as well as anything in today's scenario. Next is wait a minute. But see, there is a conclusion given by this author is that benefits outweigh the drawbacks. Whatever are the benefits of social media, they outweigh the drawbacks. Okay, so at the end, we need to at least start using social media. How much of use is good? That is again debatable question, but at least use is necessary. That is the point that we all will agree. Okay. Next is so social media offers following dimensions. What are the dimensions? First is a conversation, second is collaboration, third is coherence, and fourth is global reach, fifth is scalability, and sixth is low cost. Okay, so these dimensions are offered by this social media. I will encourage you to draw a pie chart or a flow chart over this statement that I made earlier. Next is again, they have stated that you might think that social media is raising this kind of question, like whether to use a technology or whether to use a traditional method. You might think that this is a new question in front of our society, but that is not the case. These kind of questions were used to come in the past also. Like there was a industrial revolution, at that time also this was the same question. Technology was encroaching the space of a so like personal space was encroached by the technology, as well as the people were losing the job in the industrial revolution time due to the use of machine. So this the question is not new. to the society. Okay, that is the point. uh, then again what happened, uh, so see, to development for the inclusive growth, there are three A's. Okay, so what are these three A? Availability, second is accessibility, third is adaptability. Okay, so these three A's are supported or promoted by this social media. Okay, remember this: social media is easily available, it is easily accessible, and it is easily adaptable. Okay, so these things are very good points that you can make. uh, Again, there is a Mumtaz Bibi case study inside this issue. Mumtaz Bibi was she is a small entrepreneur as well as social activist from West Bengal. What she did is that she started self-help group. Okay, so cooperative revolution she has used. She is the forefront of cooperative revolution in West Bengal. What she did is she used effectively social media. She gained support from social media, she gained financial support from social media, and through these things what she did is she started a self-help group. She gave employment to many other rural women there were near to her, as well as she got business on over internet. She is selling her products over e-commerce websites like Amazon and all other things. So this is what is this? So this is a case study, a good example, a positive example of social media, how social media is bringing change to their life. Okay, so Google it. You will watch a video, you can watch a video on Mumtaz Bibi over internet. Okay. So these are keywords like social media gave business to her. It is for recruitment purposes. Again, it provided platform to her. It increased her social status, okay, because she got famous and she got money due to the social media. Next is she was able to spread her social message through social media. Next is she got a political gain. Like people were became the politicians in that areas became sensitive for her problems. Like she was a poor woman, so what kind of political aspirations these kinds of women have. So politicians became, as well as media, like print media, became sensitive to these issues because of social media. Next is financial support. She got immense financial support. Her story got famous throughout the world. Anybody with access of social media can access her story. So this is nothing but the positive example of a social media. mm, Again, we are in the middle of a digital social media revolution. This is nothing but a revolution happening over India, like over social media as well as over the world. This is a digital revolution. Okay. So again, there is a example of Arab Spring. Facebook revolution is there. Okay, you need to watch this video on internet. uh, Again, flash mobs, you must have seen so many flash mobs videos on there was a flash mob in Missouri also. Next is spontaneousness. What happens, any news gets spread instantaneously. People support these causes instantaneously. If they need money, they can send the money through their debit cards or internet banking. So this is what is happening. Okay, people are like politicians are becoming global politicians. Next is again, there is a case study of Likhana. What is Likhana? Likhana is a grassroots organization based in Philippines. Okay, which is forefront of decade-long struggle for reproductive health. Okay, so this Likhana is a NGO which is working in Philippines. Okay, what they promote is sexual contraceptives, like or sexual awareness of sexual diseases. Okay, STDs. Okay, sexually transmitted diseases. They spread this kind of awareness in the youth of Philippines. So what happened? Earlier they used to promote their ideas, but nobody used to take them seriously. That people thought that okay, again, another NGO is there. It's just like another NGO, not to worry about it. But they started publishing online magazine in 2010 over internet. Okay, so what happened? This magazine got very famous. People started reading this magazine over internet. They started promoting their cause. They started participating in their activities. So what happened? Uh, due to that, they got a threat from Catholic Church in that area. The Catholic Church Catholic Church promotes or has an ideology. They think that using contraceptive is against God. Okay, so again, you if you are not familiar with this ideology, then you should watch their videos on YouTube. Okay, so what is their argument is that naturally this reproductive system is of given by God to us, and using a contraceptive is against God. Why? Because we are not allowing this semen go inside that woman's uh, egg and produce our particular child. That is against God. That is their ideology, and that was again, this is not a modern ideology. So you should not support this ideology, but at least we need to be tolerant towards their beliefs. Okay, that is what, as aspirant as well as a future officers, we should be able to be keep our horses calm. You should not directly go and jump and debate and prove them wrong. That is not the thing. Change is a gradual process. We should admire that. Next is, there was a was a girls around me app was there. Okay, so what is that I use in that, this app was on app store, Apple's app store, iPhone store. Okay, so this app used to tell you whatever the girls around you, if you visit a particular restaurant, in that restaurant there are so many girls. Okay, so this app used to tell you which what is the name of that girl who is sitting around you, as well as her photos. Okay, but what was the problem? This app, they never get a consent of that girl, of which they were showing this information to that user. Okay, so this is again what, this is a negative use of a social media. They are using app store, such kind of things, to promote these kind of things. Okay, so that is not good. uh, then there is a radio mullah in Pakistan. Again, for that purpose, again I will watch, encourage you to watch the some video. Next is again, this is very good. Okay, so this example is very good for you, and this will be the last example. See, what is the example? There was a drone plus minus app on app store. Okay, so what it app used to do is that whenever US military strikes a particular attack on particular location through drone. Okay, so it used to give alert to the user of that app. So like, US military is doing something, whatever they do, it must be in a public domain. Even if they fire any bullet or any operation they do over. Okay, so uh, whatever the application they used to do, like, what was I am telling, if they strike a drone strike over any area of the uh, like Afghanistan, they are in Afghanistan right now. So if they do any drone strike in Afghanistan, and people get killed, obviously people get killed due to this drone strike. So what this app used to do is that whenever this military drone strike done by the US military, this used to give alert to the users of those apps. So what happened? People become general public become sensitive to the drone strikes. What usually America states to all other people, that they are protecting the human rights, they are doing this for human rights, they don't kill innocent people. Okay, that is their argument to attack on other countries. That is the same argument they used while they attacked Iran. Iran, Iraq. So what they stated at the time of attacking Iraq, that there is a weapons of mass destructions created by Iraq government, and we need to destroy them. That's why we are attacking Iraq. There is no other purpose. But what was their hidden purpose? Their hidden purpose was to extract oil from that area. Okay, so uh, but if now imagine that their true purpose gets that general public in USA gets to know what is the true purpose of any attack that US does. Okay. So they will not support their government. They will establish, or they will revolt against this kind of government, as well as they will change the head of that particular government. Okay, that might be the case. So this kind of app, like, what was the app? Drone plus minus app. What it used to do, it used to give alerts to the end user whenever there was a drone strike by United States government. Okay, so this is not good. Okay, as per the United States government, this should not be done. So what they did, they asked Apple that they should take down this app, but due to the policy, Apple were unable to do that. But still, Apple, due to the tremendous pressure by the government, Apple gave that developer send one email that due to our users are not happy with your app, you should withdraw your app. Though we are not able to withdraw your app, take down your app legally, because it is not violating any rules set by the Apple. But still, just because of the US government's pressure, we want you to take down this app. So what happened, there is a state censorship uh, over these kinds of app, which might bring a political revolution in that particular country. Okay, so this again, what this is a use of social media, whether it is positive or negative, that is again a debatable question. Okay, should be, free flow of information. A true information should be given to the citizen of a particular country, but state is not allowing that. State is putting barriers, and it is very easy because of social media to put this information. Like Edward Snowden is there, so he just revolted against USA. Uh, so that is the thing. So thus we have completed social media issue. I know this became very big, but I was hopeless. I cannot do anything with this size of video. That it obviously, if I want to finish this Yojna in one go, then this is going to take this much time. So thanks guys for watching this video, and we will meet in the next video. Peace.